blood, blood, and there is more blood.
Open up now.
Hey guys, what's going on? Paulie Books here with the Box Office Bookie. Today I am reviewing the Evil Dead Rise movie. I apologize that it's a late post. However, it's kind of hard when you have 2 kids and 2 jobs, and if I had my way, I'd be able to see it Thursday night. Unfortunately, with my schedule, I just have to see movies when I have the time, and when the reviews come in, that's when my time is to do the editing process and breaking these movies down. However, with good news, I got to see it this afternoon, Sunday, and I could actually say it is right up there with all the other Evil Dead movies. I am actually very impressed with how gnarly this movie is on a gory and violent level. They did not disappoint and shy away from showing the good stuff, which is the carnage candy, the blood splattering, everything you could think of that had to deal with gore. It was in this movie. Director Lee Cronin was attached to this. I didn't really know anything about him compared to 2013 when Fede Alvarez did the other Evil Dead reboot. I wouldn't even call it a reboot. It's more of just a follow-up sequel. I would say it's more of a soft reboot. But Lee Cronin, I don't really know his history, so I was kind of skeptical with how this movie was going to turn out. It was actually supposed to be an HBO Max premiere. However, it was so good from the critical reception that they actually made this into a theatrical debut, which is a very solid solution. Everything that you want in an Evil Dead movie, you will get here, I promise you that. Evil Dead Rise takes place overnight in an apartment building. There are 2 sisters. One is Beth and the other one is Ellie. Ellie is a mother to 3 children, 2 daughters, 1 son. And I don't want to get into specifics, but one of those family members uncovers the Book of the Dead underneath the garage of the apartment building, and coincidentally he's a DJ, and he just so happens to stumble upon these records that have recordings of the Book of the Dead on there. He plays them and all hell ensues, and what leads up to that is total fucking chaos beyond belief. It is a gnarly movie, and if you want to see blood, there is blood, there is blood, and there is more blood. It doesn't let up with the bloodletting. I believe they use about 75,000 gallons of blood in this movie, and that's pretty insane right there. The pros of Evil Dead Rise: the gore is amazing, the violence is top-notch. The story is very basic, it's very straightforward, and you get that from all the other Evil Dead films too, so like you're not expecting this grand Oscar-worthy script, but it does a good job sticking to a very basic story and keeping the intensity up 100 throughout the whole movie. The other pros to this film are just the visual effects alone. Just the way Ellie, the one who's possessed and becomes a demon, she contorts her body movement in such like puppet-like ways that it is very unsettling and very creepy. And she is the standout of the movie. She just creates a very creepy deadite, I must say. Probably one of the best deadites in the whole film franchise. The sister Beth, she is also reminiscent to Ash in the Evil Dead franchise, and she does a very great job. Reminds me of Ripley from Aliens in the motherly aspect, sort of say, but I don't want to get into specifics again. I don't want to spoil the movie for those who haven't seen it. Just go see it because it is one of my favorite movies of 2023 so far, hands down. Again, the movie is fucking chaotic. It goes off the rails, but it's in the best way. A lot of nods, a lot of Easter eggs from the prior Evil Dead movies, including a great chainsaw clip. I just want to say, like, the way the cinematography was, that this is kind of like a love letter to Sam Raimi's Evil Dead movies. The hand cranks, the whip pans, the zooms, all that is in this movie. I believe there's a shot where Beth is running with a chainsaw and a camera is attached to her face, and while she's running, you got this cool old school Evil Dead cinematography flair in there. But there are moments in this movie that are just great. Decapitations, eyes getting chewed out, something involving a tattoo gun machine, a cheese grater. Definitely keep your eyes open for those. They're just gnarly with the violence and gore and the special effects. I totally dig this. This is what I wanted in another Evil Dead movie. They did not let me down in any way possible. The only con I could say is there was a lot of coincidence throughout the movie, but you know, if you put that aside, it's a very solid horror movie follow-up. I highly recommend it. Go see Evil Dead Rise. It's a fun time at the movies. It is very creepy. It is more dark and disturbing to me than the 2013 flick, which is also very dark and disturbing. But this one also has that tinge of black comedy from the other Evil Dead movies. If you like what you see, subscribe today to Box Office Bookie. And when I post, you know, my schedule is very busy, but, you know, I love what I do, and this is just a passion of mine. And when I post, and I hope to keep you guys, you know, informed about any movie news, any upcoming movie reviews I get a chance to see. Again, this is just a passion. It's hard when I have 2 jobs and 2 kids, but I love movies. I love what I do. So stay tuned.